This week, we're heading way back to the far-off land of 1992 to look at yet another anthropomorphic animal-human hybrid toy line. Now, we've talked sharks, we've talked dogs, we've mentioned turtles, and now we're talking about cows. You heard me. The Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa. The title itself is a mouthful, but it kind of works. So yeah, once again, heavily inspired by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as so many of these lines were. But this one, it feels a bit more legit when you consider its creator, a guy named Ryan Brown, was an artist and a comic book writer whose credits, prior to Cowboys, included Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, his work with Mirage, the company Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird put together to publish the original run of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, in case you didn't know that, but you probably did, but just in case. His work there went as far as helping to design some of the Playmate figures. Some of those figures that included Ray Fillet, Scratch, Wingnut, Mondo Gecko, and a few more. Now, just an FYI, he and his partner Stephen Murphy, they were also responsible for the Mighty Mutanimals comic spin-off series. I always really dug the Mighty Mutanimals myself. I thought they were pretty cool. So the cartoon, the Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa cartoon, was produced by Green Grass Productions, and it ran for a couple of seasons. It, of course, helped establish the plot and sell toys. So what was the plot? Well, you see, back in the late 19th century, a comet slams into the plains out west and forms a mile-high mesa. The comet held certain properties, and it causes a group of cows, and a few other animals, to morph into human-like, cowboys. Now, for whatever the reason, them boys decided to start a society based on the Wild West, much like I decided to talk with this ridiculous accent. The problem is, there were some bad dudes running around, and so the sheriff, Tara Bull, and the mayor, Oscar Baloney, they realized they needed help. Enter the Code of the West, a.k.a. Cowboys Code of West. It was really a heavily pun-filled show that mixed in a little bit of steampunk. It was kind of fun and cool, but cheesy all at the same time. So the action figures, which were designed by Brown in 1991, were released by Hasbro. Now, it's very likely that he'd had the idea for these guys while working on the Turtles. It just sort of falls into his wheelhouse. They then used the toy line to help sell the cartoon series, which would then help sell more toys. It's all just the circle of life. So let's chat for just a moment about those action figures. 10 figures, all with 4 points of articulation: the neck, the shoulders, and the waist. Now, their legs didn't move, but they did stand and display really well, and for me, being able to display well is always a big plus. It was always one of the problems I had with G.I. Joes. Like, when you were fighting with them, you could start them standing, but they were going to fall over. So I would just, lay him down until that was the one fighting, and then I would, lift him up. How many of you guys did that? Did you guys do that too, or was it just me? So the 10 figures were Buffalo Bull, Colorado Kid, Colonel Cudster, Boot Hill Buzzard, 5-Card Cud, Dakota Duke, Moo Montana, Geronimo, Saddle Sore, and Sheriff Terror Bull. Now, one of the things I really appreciated about this line were their card backs. Each character's card art had that character's likeness rendered alongside the character. They then had a standard image in the back of that, but it was still kind of cool that each character had their likeness on there. I think it's a fantastic idea because it makes each card a bit more unique as well. They also released a vehicle, the Iron Horse. Now, this thing was a steam engine in the image of a crazy-looking, insane horse that shot a bean cannon. The cannon shot a can of beans. I personally dig it. There was a limited comic book series through Archie Comics, and Konami released an arcade game, which Ryan Brown helped develop. Now, this game highly resembles another Konami game that was called Sunset Riders, and that's pretty cool because Sunset Riders was a fun-ass game. The downside is it never went to any home system, so playing that game these days is kind of difficult. So amongst the collectibles out there, you might try and pick up the lunchbox, the bubble bath. The bubble bath seems to be one I see quite often. And one I don't see that often is this Halloween mask. This Halloween mask that is made up of pure nightmare fuel. Like if somebody came at me wearing this mask, I would shit my pants. Now let's talk money. I mean, sort of. Again, we say it all the time, but prices always change and condition is a huge factor. But currently, most of these guys loose, they're going to run you, $15, $16 for now that's for the figure. If you want that figure complete, you're looking at closer to $35 or $40. Now on card, you expect closer to like $100 over $100, $100 to $100 plus. And the Iron Horse, you're looking at over $150. Like I said, though, they do display well outside of their package, so that might be the way to start. I mean, I often begin with loose and then slowly work my way towards the carded figures. It's a really great way for collectors to start. So there you have it, the Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa. You have to emphasize cow. It's always capitalized C.O.W, so you have to emphasize it. They were one of the few mutant animal lines actually connected to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they really were connected. They had a few crossovers. They actually had one in the animated series back in the day, and they also had crossovers in the comic books. I'm just saying, they really were connected. Now, I want to thank all of you for coming over to play today. Please do us a favor, take a shot at that subscribe button before you go. You can join our Facebook group. You can also follow me over on Instagram. I mean, you can't, you should. You just go follow us on Instagram. And until next time, guys, when it comes to more of these awesome retro toys, remember, the hunt is half the fun.